Klopp is ready to launch his Levi Colwill move. Liverpool have been extremely active in the transfer market this summer. Both arrivals and departures made an impact in a very short time. But the Reds have not finished the transfer, and now a new update on a potential target has surfaced. According to the information transferred, Liverpool is ready to take action for Chelsea defender Levi Colwill. According to the report, the Reds are allegedly confident they can lure the talented defender away from Stamford Bridge this summer, despite Chelsea's insistence that Colwill is not for sale. It turned out that the England U21 star was unsure of his future in West London, and despite efforts by his current club to extend his stay, nothing advanced was discussed at this stage. There is no doubt that Jürgen Klopp loves developing young talents and making a positive impact on their careers. It's a job he has proven time and again during his 6-year tenure at Liverpool. One player who has seen the benefits of the German coach's strong presence and talent development is Joe Gomez, one of his many success stories at Anfield, despite being signed by Brendan Rodgers the summer before Klopp's arrival. Indeed, the English defender has recently found himself discredited by long-term injury issues, but the impact Gomez has had on both Champions League and Premier League success in his partnership with centre-back with Virgil van Dijk cannot be ignored. Now Klopp can repeat that feat by bringing in another local talent, Colwill, as with Gomez. Although the left-footed dynamo never hit a ball in the top flight for his home club, he's already showing a display of his strong abilities in the teams he's been to on loan. Colwill did well at Huddersfield Town in the Championship and was part of the Terriers team that secured a spot in the playoff finals in 2022. But more recently, the English Titan has finally been given the opportunity to play regular first-team football at Premier League level. The 17-year-old, once hailed as a big talent by scout Jacek Kulik, has appeared in more than 20 high-level matches and recorded 2 assists. He also successfully completed 100% of his dribbles and won 65% of his aerial duels. With an average of 75.5 touches and 59.8 passes per game, he helped the Seagulls realize their dream of securing European football. Compared to Colwill's performance last season with Gomez and Joel Matip's, the Cobham Academy graduate had a better pass completion rate. He completed more successful offensive attempts and won more aerial duels than the Liverpool duo. He proved that the defender would have no trouble competing for a spot on the first team and would likely push them further below the pecking order. The signing of Colwill becomes even more important given that Van Dijk and Matip are both now in their 30s. The English star will present a great opportunity for Klopp to bring in another young defender alongside Ibrahima Konate to build the future of the centre-back partnership at Anfield. Thiago's rejoining Barcelona is a tangible possibility. Liverpool midfielder Thiago could be ready to leave the club in the summer transfer window. There has been a lot of transfer news about Thiago lately, and it is rumoured that Liverpool will release him if they are willing to leave the team this season. And now his return to Barcelona is a concrete possibility, according to journalist Sasha Tavalieri. The Spanish player, who earns £200,000 a week, moved to Anfield in the summer of 2020 and has come across as a pretty eye-catching signing given his previous success with Barca and Bayern Munich. While there have been moments of magic and trophies gained along the way in the last 3 years, Thiago's time stretching at Merseyside has been frustrating. Injuries kept him on the sidelines too often throughout the season. For example, he started only 14 of the Reds' 38 Premier League games last term, and his absence played a role in Liverpool's big fights in the middle of the park. The 32-year-old is currently entering the final year of his current deal at Anfield. So if it's not sold this summer, it will be able to leave for free in 2024. With great doubts surrounding the futures of both Jordan Henderson and Fabinho, and with Naby Keita, James Milner and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain already leaving, it could be the summer of major change in Liverpool's midfield. A new update shows that Thiago's departure this summer is very possible, with a potential reunion with a former club on the cards. Journalist Tavalieri claimed that Thiago could be another midfielder leaving Liverpool in the current transfer window and return to his old club Barcelona. Sources inside Liverpool think there is a tangible possibility that Thiago Alcantara will go to Barcelona this summer. Nothing has been done yet, but I understand that this is the main option for the Spaniard, who is willing to go back to Barca and play under his mentor Xavi. There's no doubt that Thiago's Liverpool career has been hit and miss overall. But although he didn't always cover himself with victory last season, it's mostly about injuries rather than his performances. When in form, the veteran is always one of the best players on the pitch. He finished an average of 2.4 tackles and 86.4% of his passes in the Premier League last season. However, there is one last chance to monetize him this summer. Lack of availability is a constant problem, and this is all the more so given that it's not helping anyone. There is an argument to say that selling him above all other midfielders is an exaggeration, but if Barca or any other club comes in with an offer that is too good to refuse, Liverpool will certainly consider accepting. Thiago has been labelled a sensational football player by Jürgen Klopp, and if the manager is told he will be ready for every game next season, he could see him as a vital player for the Reds. However, this seems extremely unlikely, so the idea of returning to Barca makes sense in the coming weeks. Jürgen Klopp battles to keep another Liverpool star as the Wolves prepare £20 million bid. Another Liverpool player may be heading for the exit gate at Anfield as the Wolves target goalkeeper Kelleher. Kelleher, 24, was highly rated by Jürgen Klopp and was tasked with being between the sticks throughout his campaign to win the 2021-2022 League Cup. The Irish player was called up to the national team and played for the national team 10 times. But Alisson's presence limited her appearance for the Reds. Since being added to the first team in 2018, he has played in just 5 Premier League games and 21 games across all competitions. And now Wolves boss Julen Lopetegui is willing to offer him prime football. The current number 1 of Molino is Portuguese player José Sá. But Nottingham Forest is intrigued by the departure of Keylor Navas and the return of injured loaner Dean Henderson to Manchester United. According to the transmitted information, Kelleher himself wants to play regularly. Liverpool have reportedly vacated the goalkeeper at £20 million, and their current deal with the club will run until 2026. Despite limited matches, the young goalkeeper impressed the last season with his performance. He was the hero of the League Cup penalty shootout won against Derby County. However, Liverpool's failure to make an impact in either domestic cup limited it to just 5 games. But this development leaves Klopp with a dilemma, which has already lost a number of stars this summer. Roberto Firmino, James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain left the club after their contracts expired, but it was not in the scenario that captain Jordan Henderson was on the verge of a big money transfer to Saudi Arabia. Kelleher's departure was also not in the plan, but Klopp provided Alisson with a backup option in case the Wolves took his men. Spanish goalkeeper Adrian has signed a contract extension that will allow him to stay with the Reds for the 2023-2024 season. But speaking at the end of last season, Klopp made it clear that Alisson has no plans to sell his head disciple. Honestly, I can't see him leaving. It must be an extraordinary offer that I'm starting to think about, he said. Any potential sale could also raise funds for Liverpool as its rebuilding continues.